adding myself to the stage. Hi. So happy Friday, first of all. And thanks for joining me. If you're joining while we're live, that's fantastic. And if you are watching to the rebroadcast, that's probably even better. Right? So then you can really dig in. So I want to go through the agenda. We only have 30 minutes. And though, as I said, I'm Liza Marie Garcia, and I put new TV host because that's one of my new titles now. But for those of you that know me, you're going to know that I talk fast. You're used to listening to the cadence that I run with as far as how I talk. But I'll tell you, even as fast as I talk, a 30-minute show goes right fast. It goes right by. You come in and you come out. So I have much experience as a host and now a new TV host. So let's talk about this. I want to go through the agenda just so you know what you're going to hear in the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to, tell you a little bit more about me. And even if you are someone that's been in my professional network for many years, there might be something that you learn new about me. I'd like to talk about what the purpose is of this TV station, what we are going to be using it for. And then I want to introduce a couple guests that I brought on. I brought on an absolute expert in the world of TV streaming, Trudy Bierman. And then I've brought on another absolute expert in the world of digital video content and video marketing. And her name is Jayla Phelps. And so you're going to hear from them. And then I want to let you know what shows we've already got online that you could actually go today as our first day and listen to. I want to dig into those 3 shows. I'm pretty sure that if you're part of my network, that you're probably interested in those genres, as we say in the book world. So those genres of the TV shows. And then also I'm going to introduce a new one that we are just confirming the studio time. We pretty much confirmed it. And we're going to start building that show. So let's jump right in. And I'm not great at this live streaming, but I will try to do my best. So I'm going to go ahead first and let me just tell you about me. So we've already gone through 5 minutes. And also, if you are on the live stream, I am watching the chats. So if you have any questions or if you'd like input, stay on the chat. I'll put your answer into the chat and we'll see. We'll also see if anyone joins us in the studio. So I am going to talk about me for a minute. And now that I say that, okay, let's do this. All right. So I'm just going to add, why did that show? Hang on. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, there we go. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. entrepreneur, and I make no mistake on who I am. I'm a follower of Jesus, and although all of our books aren't necessarily in the Christian genre, my values as I lead the companies and every lane that I'm in has that value, and that is first and foremost in the values of every way, every lane that in every part of my life that is led. So that's who I am. Of course, you can read my bios, Snoresville, but everyone's got their bio in that. But just in general, those are the facets of my life, and those are the lines, the areas that I work in. So I did promise a maybe little known fact, and we have a show called What No One Knows. So I'm going to say a couple things. One is one thing that not everyone knows is I ran a full marathon, full tilt, had the goal to run it, took about a year to learn how to run. I didn't even run a mile at the time I started it. Took 12 months, and I wanted to make it fun, right? So I ran the Rock and Roll the Rock and Roll the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon. So I'm proud of that accomplishment. And I've ran, several half marathons, but that's one little known fact. And maybe another little known fact about me is that I am a violinist and a pianist, and I was in the Utah Youth Symphony. And I'm saying that because I'm actually going to Salt Lake in the end of May for my oldest daughter. Did I talk about being I did, working mom. I have 2 daughters, sorry. Going there in May for her to be part of a trumpet concert. So it's kind of all back in my mind how I used to go every Saturday morning to the University of Utah and play the violin. I wasn't first violin, but I was up there as a violinist. So there you go. Enough about me. See, and I spent too much time on me, but that's all right. We all should be proud of what we accomplish and we just do our best. All right. So before I bring on my guests, I want to talk about what the purpose is of this Liza Marie Garcia TV show. And we do have I'm going to put in the chat and see if we have anything else. We do, of course, have a website, and it's pretty easy, LizaMarieGarciaTV.com. But there's the direct link. If you're watching the stream, you can click into that, and we'll show it more on the banner as well. Let me make sure I have comments. There's Eric. So hello, Eric. Hang on. He's on the live stream. All right. So what I want to talk about is what is the purpose of Liza Marie Garcia? One of the purposes is to provide book publishing tips. And it's not just from the publisher's point of view, because we now have, we're actually in September, we'll start our 9th year. So you can imagine after those many years within the publishing industry, the experience and the expertise we've gained, sometimes the hard way, sometimes the easy way. So I want to give book publishing tips from the publisher, but I also, one of our shows that we're going to talk about is from the author's point of view. And it's not just author clients of ours, it's all types of authors from really around the globe to share with you what they've learned, what they wish they would have done better, what they did better. So one of the reasons that I wanted to offer this is when I wrote my first book, never knowing I was going to become a book publisher, and I should have a picture of it. We had a picture of it just a minute ago. And these books, I'll add this back to the stage. These books here are all books I've written. So, and actually I'm on my 7th book right now. I'm in the heart of it. I think I'm on chapter 6. I will publish my 7th book this September, actually at Barnes & Noble in Salt Lake City. But as the very first book I wrote, which is this Never Drink Coffee During a Business Meeting, I wasn't in publishing. And what I learned writing that book and having a New York City publisher publish me is there wasn't a lot of resources out there. And I would have loved publishing tips. I would have loved for someone to say, hey, this is the different kind of book cover wraps that you need. It's not just one. It's not just 2. There's so many. So we have some really cool shows, and we're continuing this that will be part of the new Liza Marie Garcia TV. Oh my gosh, we're halfway through the show. I better talk faster. I also have a show that's encouragement to entrepreneurs and founders, because as I mentioned, that's who I am. That's what I live and breathe. And it's also an area where I provide mentorship. I work with startups, one of the most rock star accelerator companies, organizations in the nation called the Tampa Bay Wave. I'm privileged to be a part of them. So I'd like to share what I know with them in conversations and a podcast we have. And then the last purpose, we're going to start a new show that's called Latin Voices Amplified. And this is because, of course, I'm Latina and I'm very proud to have Latin heritage. And what I've noticed in some interviews and some book clients and just in general is there's some very uniqueness in the Latin community that I'd like to share in terms of many things: leadership, persistence, resilience, promotion, and such. So that's the purpose of the show. So I'd like to bring on stage, if I can, a couple guests. Let me add to stage Trudy Bierman, and thank you, Trudy, for joining us. And I'd like to add Jayla Phelps, and the Z is silent. So Jayla Phelps, thank you for joining us. So, all right, why I brought these guests in is because just like anything great, any great endeavor, you can't do it alone. I didn't do this alone. In fact, probably Trudy's like, oh, Liza didn't really do much. I'm here today. Let's make this count times 500. But yeah, so I'd like to have Trudy. I'd like you, as you're with Influence Media, you have an amazing Roku station for many years called PSI TV. I guess it's a TV. Probably shouldn't just call it a station because it's multiple. But as far as how I think of you, when I'm talking to people in my network and say, you need to know Trudy, you need to connect with her. From my standpoint, you're the expert in all things TV, Roku, TV station, and that. So I'd love you to give your input and kind of tell viewers what this is about and how great it is and all that you do. Thank you.
So I think it is amazing that Liza has taken this step to have this television production system that she has created. And she has a channel on ROKU TV, Liza Marie Garcia TV. Now, as a publisher, I don't know how she does her work, but one of the things I know is that she used to send some guests over to PSI TV because she's committed to giving her authors as much exposure through her promotion adventures. And television was definitely one of the avenues. And now that she's having her own show, she can make that so easy for her clients. So I'm going to applaud that because I can tell you, ROKU TV is brand new frontier for all things video. So if you think, in the past, video before YouTube and Vimeo and all these other platforms existed, TV was the video platform. Now, although social media has come along, guys, if you go and look on YouTube for how many publishing channels there are a bazillion. And so one of the things that YouTube versus TV does is that it cuts out a lot of the confusing, distracting noise. It also cuts out the social media views and the sheeple. I want to call it sheeple. If you're offended, I hope you're not. But a lot of times people need to feel like there's a whole lot of people doing something before they get involved. That takes away all of that because now somebody can judge the value of the content without needing validation from other people first. Just like how when you go to Netflix and you scroll through to decide, do I want to watch this? There's no social media metrics for you to make that decision. You make that decision purely from yourself and from what is presented on the screen. So when Liza has a guest now, she's not going to have the distractions of YouTube sucking people away from the content she's trying to share with them. It will become a dedicated, clutter-free, distraction-free platform to share the message. So, and also I even had ChatGPT. This is now 2025. And as long as YouTube has been around, I asked ChatGPT of the major video. What happened? We're gone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So of the video platforms that exist, rank them and tell me why. And in 2025, ChatGPT still put TV first. Why? TV has been entrenched in society. as an authoritative platform. Guys, YouTube, you can become an influencer on YouTube, but it's so long and such hard work. But the assumption is, unlike, YouTube, where there's no barrier of entry, it's free for all. Therefore, there's no exclusivity. But with TV, there is a measure of exclusivity, authority, and credibility. So I applaud Liza for adding this opportunity to her clients that she serves. She serves so excellently, to give them another distribution mechanism for, and Roku has 52 million televisions in the United States. It also exists in several countries of the world, North America, South America, and Europe. So it has a global reach, but it's predominantly a US based platform. So and I have to tell you this, I don't want to take too much time, but YouTube just put out a blog, just put it out, that they have had a spike in their viewership from TV. So YouTube's viewership from TV has gone up. So when people think people don't watch television anymore, that's garbage. TV has changed. We now have internet-based TV. That's what Roku, Apple, and all these are. And if YouTube's views for their platform is escalating from TV, people are not only watching TV, but here's the other exciting part, guys. The big guys are disappointing us. Just like how when you turn on TV, the Stars, the MGM Studios, the Paramount, they're not giving us what we need. This is one of the reasons why YouTube is so popular. Guess what people are watching? What are people watching? The content you and I make. That is what they are watching. They are opting to watch the content you and I make over and above the Showtime, the Stars, and they're just not cutting it like they used to. So this is a brand new frontier. They're just a maybe 25 at most, because I need to count again, publishing channels on Roku, guys, as against the number on YouTube. So I applaud Liza for creating this opportunity for her clients. She didn't do it for herself. She's done it for you.
Well, I want to watch myself. Just kidding. Yes, you're right. You're awesome. Actually, I also did read, there was a story about the amount of YouTube increasing, the viewers increasing. I did read that, and it piqued me. I love that you say, you remind us it's the authoritative platform. And so for, hi, Sarah, for, book publishing companies, it's all about giving the profile to the author, what they need, right, for the credibility and all that. So thank you so much. And again, highly encourage, if you'd like to also have your own channel, please connect with Trudy. We can help make that happen easily. So Jayla, we don't want to run out of time for you, please. And see, I told you this half hour to go fast. So Jayla, I'm very happy for you to, and you're on mute right now, but I'd love for you to chat briefly about the importance of what you do. And just to let you know, in fact, I was going to show a 30-second clip. Jayla is the author of, or creator, producer, produced the videos for one of our TV shows, which is called "Does Your Publisher Do This?" Which once you start looking at, you're going to see her talent. So Jayla, what would you like to add? And thank you for being here.
So, hi, thank you for having me. My name is Jayla Phelps. I'm a content creator, videographer, and I help brands and businesses launch the best way that they can. So I like to think of it, anything that my clients need, if I don't do it, I will refer you to somebody who can. And how me and Liza have worked together is creating a video series. She needed content and I came along. And so for me, I focus on creating captivating content that shows my clients in their most highest self. I try to do minimal fixing or anything like that. I like to display people as they naturally are. And I've been really enjoying working with Liza as we have been able to create content for not only her own video series, but also creating content for authors that she helps publish. And it's been a really nice experience so far. As far as, you know, creating content for the show in particular, the video series that I created has been able to be used in different ways. I specifically make short form content, and short form content basically is going to be like, if you go on Instagram, TikTok, you see those minute to 2 minute long reels. What I try to do is, like I said, make short informational videos that help, you know what I'm saying, connect with an audience. And so, like I said, Liza has been able to take the content from our sessions and even plug it into this TV series that she's created. And
Thank
so
you.
I'm really, really, really grateful to be here and be, you know, creative directing. I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you. And I made the wrong decision of not taking this from my office. I made it like late last night. I'm like, I won't go to the office. And here's my dog as I'm in my home office. So sorry. Let's stay on task though. Jayla, thank you. And what you touched on is that idea, the short form content. I mean, people we have a short attention span. We all do.
Yeah.
And so our shows are always 30 minutes or less, or 2-minute shorts, just like our books are succinct, and there's only so big the spine should be, or a buyer doesn't work on our books. Sorry again. So here, let's do this. Let's throw up one of the shows. I'm going to show it on screen, and then I want to talk about each show. Thank you. And I'll remove the two of you from stage for a moment. Thank you very much, Trudy. Thank you very much, Jayla. Let's watch one of your shorts. So this is one of the shows.
It's actually The Art and Science of Hyperbaric Medicine. This book was released in October and has become our best-selling title by far. So this is a repeat delivery. I just not so long ago delivered about 150 books to one of our co-authors, and I've got more books to deliver. So does your publisher do this? This is Liza Marie Garcia with CEO Book Publishing.
For a hands-on experience from manuscript to bookstore, launch with CEO Book Publishing.
So that's kind of funny because that wasn't the exact video I was going to show, but you know what? It's actually a nice example. It's a nice brand example. And yes, the wonderful Jayla Phelps put that together. So what I want to do, because we're coming to the end here, is I want to go through the different shows that you can find now on Liza Marie Garcia TV. We also do have a website. I put the ticker on. But the first one is the one, let's see, hang on here. Let's talk about this first one. So Now Conversations is a vodcast podcast, and this is where we ask questions to authors about their experience. So you will hear from, we've had some really famous authors on here. We've had some of our clients on here, but it's a nice 30-minute show. We've been doing this show for years. So there's going to be a lot of different shows, and inevitably you're going to find a show and an author that's in your genre, that's experienced some of maybe what you've seen and gone through. So that's one of our shows. Another one of our shows is called What No One Knows. And the fun thing about this show, oh my gosh, we're almost to the end. The fun thing about this show is that What No One Knows is a podcast that I resurrected last year, but we had started it in 2020 or 2019. And where the show name came from is I would sit across authors that wanted to publish with us, and they would say those words. They would say, I'm going to tell you something that no one knows. This is what no one knows. I would hear it over and over because, there's very key stories about people that they haven't shared, and they're wanting to share it in a book. So this particular podcast is where I interview tech startups, tech venture capitalists, tech entrepreneurs, and people that work with the Tampa Bay Wave, as I've been working with them. And we talk about their journey, what the Tampa Bay Wave is doing, and also they share with What No One Knows. I'm looking for the third show. Well, you just got the preview of it, which is called Does Your Publisher Do This? And then the upcoming show is called LVA, right? So this is the Latin Voices Amplified. So we're looking to put some pretty amazing, again, 30 minutes or less vodcast TV show together on Liza Marie Garcia to interview influencers and leaders on this show. So one of the things I hope that I'm tickling or inviting you of interest to say, well, I would like to be a part of those shows. Maybe you have a Latin background, or maybe you're in tech or a book author or prospective book author. So what we have is on the website, and I'm showing the actual website, but the easy website is Liza Marie Garcia TV and .com. And oh, by the way, even LizaMarieGarcia.com is my own website that has some information for me, and you can connect with me. But should you like to be a part of this new TV show, go to the LizaMarieGarciaTV.com, and we have a section that makes it very easy. You can say, I'd like to be a guest on your show, and then we'll interview you and talk to you about that. Just your name and your email, and we make it easy. So that's your action. I always like to end with the action step, and I just thank you all for watching us on live stream, or thank you for watching it in the future. But you got to put a stake in the ground from the day that you begin something new. We've started something new here on April 25, right? April 25 of 2025, Liza Marie Garcia. And I pray that it will bring glory to God in the way it should be. And I pray that all of our endeavors and all of your endeavors watching it are blessed and you're highly favored. And there we go. Thank you for being part of the show.